That a coup will not succeed if the atmosphere, the climate is not calling for it. Christianize me if you may, but don't try to Europeanize me.
In June 1979, Ghana was at a crossroad. Another military coup was at hand, leagues to lead what would be later known as the June 4th Revolution. His name, Jerry Rawlings.
I must say that it probably was one of the finest times of my life. You know, Achimota School. It's a place to be proud of.
I noticed him, yes, because he was very visible and bullied us even though we were in the same class. Not in a very bad way, but you know, bullying is bullying. And so you can't help but notice him. But I never thought that it would come this far.
I wanted to fly from the age of 6. Honest. I was standing next to my mother, you know, in a compound house when the young man also in the house, you know, asked me what I'd like to be when I grew up. And I said, I'd like to be a pilot. And bang! My mother slapped me on the back. Oh yes, yes. You'll be a doctor. You'll be a scientist. I mean, the whole house, the compound became quiet, shocked at what had just happened. I never gave up my dream.
He graduated in January 1969 and was commissioned a pilot officer. And because of his exceptional skill, he won the coveted Speedbird Trophy.
I won the Speedbird Trophy. In those days, we didn't have televisions. You know, we had what they call the newsreels in movie houses.
We have set the example. We have shown that we're capable of doing it.
Therefore, if he had to die for his conviction, I knew he would prefer to do that.
But I wanted to make sure that they hear what I have to say first.
I am not an expert in economics, and I am not an expert in law, but I am an expert in working on an empty stomach, wondering when and where the next meal will come from. I know what it feels like going to bed with a headache, for want of food in the stomach.
I didn't expect to be here.
I ended up in office, not because I wanted to be chairman, to be head of state, but it was just my passion to see justice done, my love of freedom. That's what puts me always in this position, or put me in this position.
His passion is the underdog not being maltreated or mistreated. And looking at a situation where if we have, let's say, 6 million Ghanaians, he wants to bring all 6 million Ghanaians to a certain level of livelihood.
I know him to be a passionate man. He wants things done immediately. I always say Kwame Nkrumah always wants things done yesterday. And Rawlings wanted things done immediately, quickly. they have that one in common.
There was a time I wanted to be a priest, you know. Yeah.
And now, his long-time secret as an artist has been finally exposed.
You may not believe it, but I'd much rather be known as an artist than as a president. Just as I would much rather probably be known for flying skill than being a president. Maybe it's because through this you can see my power of observation, my sense of precision, my striving for excellence. In being stubborn, mind you, while I was in high office as chairman of the PNDC within the revolution or head of state, my stubbornness did not translate itself into stopping our people from doing something that I felt would hurt us. One would sometimes allow it in order not to break the growing confidence in our people. They sometimes needed to make a mistake. My stubbornness did not stand in the way. People like to make all kinds of claims about Rawlings, that he didn't want to hand over. Absolute rubbish. I will use this occasion to tell them something that they never imagined. Had we, any one of us, dared to suggest that we're going to stay on for one more day, we would have lost the complete support of the masses. When you look at the resilience, the fortitude, the strength in these mothers, you know, holding onto these feeble, fragile children, as sorry as you feel for them, you cannot help but also admire, you know, their sense of courage and determination. I mean, let's do what we can. Anita, see me and Papa. Me and Papa. In spite of all these, but she's getting too fair.
Ministers of State, honorable lecturers of the various faculties, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I think I prefer the lady.
I mean, this little warm food you want to enjoy, you want someone.
Some of us, Adi Yakuma Akipo, Ma Omai, Obinum Eya Ejuma, Golden Banu. I didn't try to say yet. Some of us, young smuggle, young Yasagonu, at the doctor, and at the Domao. Who was that Sanyamanu? Sasikana ever go, Shannon Sano, ever create inflation, Ama Yanina. And I'm Wamu. I hope what I'm hearing is false. Yeah, police, when they are looking up to some of you policemen, some of you are even partaking in this nonsense. Huh?
Nelson Mandela once said, "When a man has done what he considers to be his duty to his people and his country, he can rest in peace." This perhaps is the case of the boy who had a dream to fly, and to fly he did, but he also became president. John Jerry Rawlings, the man who came, saw, and conquered.
Papa
The world is local to it, and if you believe or happen